Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Hayok. I'm a wise clown on a mid-path, and I like to do these daily videos. Just about daily. Every now and again I'll take a day off, but I like to do these daily videos on my take on things, and man, yesterday is the first day of Mercury direct, and I freaking had a harder time than any of the Mercury retrograde period. Yeah, I felt like I got a cork that got popped out of a champagne bottle. That's alright, I'm doing alright. I went and got lots of stuff taken, got some blood drawn. Boop. Didn't hurt. Yippee! As long as it doesn't hurt. I even got to do it down here at the clinic in Salem instead of having to drive all the way to Westland. So, that's a good day. I was watching, I really like UFOs. I really like the fact that more people are looking up, whether they're looking up at the chemtrails or whatever, it don't matter. They're looking up and they're seeing stuff in the sky, and they're seeing stuff in the sky that is not man-made. You know, we're seeing so many sky anomalies. I always believe that UFOs hide an energy because everything's energy. Cooperation is nature's way. So if you cooperate with, if they cooperate with the clouds they can hide in, but more and more people are looking up, so more and more people are getting all kinds of footage of UAFs and whatnot. I'm super excited, and I listened to a story last night about Lawrence Spencer on Veritas TV. And he actually tells a story about that's what happens is, we get a little seed planted, and then some of us, if we're curious enough, will go follow that seed and to see where it takes us. And I followed the Roswell and, Battle of Los Angeles stuff. I followed that for a long, long time. I've always looked at, I've been looking up that stuff for a while now. Excuse me. And so when more and more people are starting to put out videos, and you can tell, I don't know, you gotta use, just like anything else, you gotta use your own guts and make sure your chakra systems are all in alignment, and they're all in agreement and alignment, and, your third eye agrees with your guts, and your guts agrees with your heart, and your heart is grounded into what's doing best for you, and all these things are in alignment, and then, we find things, and when we're ready, because our psyches are freaking really fragile. Now, I've seen a lot of freaking really gross stuff my whole entire life, gross rapes, physical abuse. I've seen people I know beat beyond recognition, and, I've seen a lot of that stuff. So, trauma is not new to me, and so when you live in a society where they try to keep trauma at a minimal, that's why the USA, they all have all their fake wars over on other lands, so it doesn't traumatize the people, right? Traumatizes the people living in those countries, but what do they care about them, right? It's all a business, right? Wars, making bullets, killing people, it's a business. You can't walk down the street and shoot somebody, but if you're in the government, you can spend a lot of money killing a lot of people at once. So it's not logical, and people are like shorting out because of the dissidents that they're finding, and what their heart believes and their spirit believes, and how the earth is supposed to be, with everybody, people not living in tents and dying of freaking diseases that are made by medicine and things like that, all this stuff, all this greed got out of hand, so the earth is like going. It's stirring up, it's shaking up, it's raising. Y'all had a chance. Y'all had a chance to do it right, and you didn't take it. Money was more important. Sex was more important. Property was more important. All these things were more important. You have all these religions that say the same thing. Just don't be a dick. Don't be a jerk. Don't, just be a good person. Don't take from other people, not even their good mood. You have all this scripture and all this stuff, and heck, all the people that, the government supported the churches that say all this stuff, and then, they don't get taxed. I saw a meme, it was so rad. It says, "Excuse me, sir, aren't you a man of God?" And the priest behind the desk was like, "Yeah," and he was like, "Well, how come is it when the church needs money, you turn to us, but when we need money, you tell us to go to God?" So I think all the churches need to go back to God too. Yeah, I'm all for fairness and justice and equality, and that's why for people like me, living in this world is so freaking uncomfortable because there just isn't any. There just isn't any. There's not equality across the board, you know. Um, and so the story on Veritas, before I get too far off the track, was about Matilda O'Donnell McEllery. Is that what it says? Anyway, I only got the first part. They didn't really get into stuff, but she was the nurse that in a shell of a nut. She was a nurse when the Roswell UFO thing happened. She showed up on scene with everyone else, and one of the beings started communicating with her telepathically. We all have telepathic abilities. Yeah, we all do. Have you ever called one of your family members and they're like, "I was just thinking about you"? That's telepathy. That's all that is. You know, people spend freaking billions of dollars freaking going, look at, you know, marketing and promoting and stuff with all this grandiose stuff. And that's all that, you know, when you're thinking about people at the same time, or you know, are you thinking what I'm thinking? Yeah, probably. And you do, that's all that is, you know, it's you're on the same frequency as the person that you're communicating with. That means you are in line with this person, you know. On the other side of that, have you ever talked to somebody and it's like they're looking right through you? I get that all the time. The slow blink. It's because that is what happens when you're talking to someone and you are not on the same frequency. They'll ignore you because to you, they don't exist because you're not in alignment. You're out of alignment. And they're, you know, have you ever had somebody talk to you? I've done it. I've had people I haven't been in alignment with that are talking to me and they just say weird shit. And it's just, I'm like, what? Did that just happen? Yep. Because we're not in alignment, you know? We all tell ourselves, we all give ourselves tells, you know? Like when people play poker and, you know, every time they bluff, they're like, they do the same thing, you know? A lot of times they don't even do it. Well, I know. I pick up on the tells that people have. And a lot of, you know, most of them I think they got a pretty good idea of what they're doing, but a lot of them it's a subconscious thing. Like a dog I used to know, whenever I talked to the dog's person on the phone, the dog would start to bark, stand in the person's face, bark and get a cookie. Until the lady, you know, that I was talking to would give the dog a cookie. The dog would not stop barking. She does this every time I get on the phone. I'm like, that's because she knows that when you get distracted, all she has to do is annoy you and she'll get a cookie. So who trains who, you know? Pavlov's dogs, Pavlov's people. So the nurse was talking about how, you know, it was like they show up on this crash site, and then one of the beings was alive and started communicating with her. And there are all these people on hand. You know, I'm sure Age was there. That was my whole career field in the Air Force because they bring in the light alls. Age is always there, so I'm sure they showed up. But so she showed, you know, this being started communicating with her, and that's what this interview is. It's a setup of the scripture of the interview, you know. But I just am excited. If the world can be more of what it already is, then I'm all for it, you know. External beings are not, UFOs and aliens are not scary. What's scary is freaking human beings that do terrible things to other people on this planet out of greed. That's what's scary. I was watching I like Roseanne. I'm in alignment with Roseanne. She's a Heyoka too. I'm just like her. She's been misunderstood. You know, crass, just says what she wants. Who cares, you know? People have always said what they wanted to me. They didn't care if they're freaking breaking my heart or hurting my feelings, you know? And they tell me to suck it up, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, people are weird. They like to hurt people. It's weird. People like to hurt people, it's weird. So, I was watching, some Roseanne videos. And I'm autistic, and she's got away with the Aspies, and she was talking about, you know, because I don't like lizards. Lizards creep me out, and there's very few people. I mean, there's kind men that I love that are bald-headed that I've known for a while, and I know their heart, but you know, and it's because I've worked with them or I've, you know, been around them, but you know, like usually bald guys like really creep me out. you know, and I just figure it's my Akashic record. And I'm relating this to Roseanne because you know what? Who am I to say? Nobody knows ever. Even scientists have been freaking, you know, been giving billions and billions of dollars of grants over the years to prove dark matter, and they can't. So they're getting billions of dollars to prove nothing. You know. So what do I care if I believe in UFOs and that there's, you know, different lineages and there's, you know, people are part Martian and, you know, people have, you know, lizard in them, and, you know, there's good and bad in everybody. I'm sure there's freaking lizard people that have freaking learned that they don't want the bad karma of taking anymore and have changed their ways, you know. There ain't nobody's all good and ain't nobody's all bad. So you just gotta, you know, handle every situation. I just, in some situations, I'm a little bit more cautious than others, but I keep getting Omaha warnings for the flood. I don't mean to laugh at that because I don't want to make light of that. It's not funny, but it's one until the last one I got was, it's today's Friday, and last one I got was last night through till Tuesday. So, and I know it's just the beginning. So my heart goes out to them. My heart goes out to anybody whose life is changed in a scary way, man. Tower moment, whatever. I was watching a video last night about the girl that's on Brittany. Hi, Mom. I'm just doing a video. It was on OA. A lot of people like that show. I've seen the first episode. You can come out. And I'm almost done. And she's really smart. Brittany is her name. And she's a real smart girl. And she was talking about how she was going to work in Goldman, or how she went and worked in a bank, Goldman Sachs or something, one of those big banks, and she just had like an existential experience. That was her near-death experience when she looked at the reality that her life could just be, you know, that, you know, when people are becoming more, or born into the notion that their lives, we're spirits having a human experience, and let's see if we can have the best one we can have, and that there's too much pain and too much strife, and there's no reason for it, except for some people want more than others. So she's a class act, but that was a pretty cool interview too. Anyway, I think I'm done for the day. I'm gonna see if Retta wants to go for a drive or walk up the street or something. Want to come say hi? Hope you have a rad day. Peace.